Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another slow flow. We're focusing on freeing up our hips today, and we will have a few moments of flow and then a few moments where we will sit in certain asanas for a few breaths to slow down and find stillness. And when we enter these parts of the practice, especially with our hips, we can experience quite a lot of discomfort. And it's really important that we breathe into these experiences and with these experiences rather than trying to push it away or avoid it. And that way we can gradually encourage our body as well as our mind to drop in and to know that sometimes we have to work through a little bit of pain and discomfort to experience pleasure and openness and all that good stuff. We're going to get started down on our backs, but I also thought I should mention that we do have a long form of this class in our Patreon account down below, where we include a little bit more kind of philosophy. We talk about our root chakra and the relation between this and our pelvis. So if you're curious about going into the movements in a little bit more depth as well as that, then feel free to check that out. Otherwise, let's get started down on our backs. And we'll begin with our feet as wide as the mat or a little bit wider. Take the hands out towards the side. Deep breath in through the nose, fill up the belly, the ribs, and the chest. As you exhale, drop both knees over towards the right. Breathe in, come back through center. Exhale, drop the knees towards the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Just a couple more times in your own breath. If this felt quite intense already, you could walk your feet in a little bit more. If you felt like a little bit more, walk your feet a little bit wider. Okay, that's just going to help lengthen through the hip flexor of the back leg as you turn. Using your breath to help encourage you to find movement. Next time you're over in your right side, hold here. Maybe you stay here or slide the left knee up towards the right for a twist. Option to extend the left leg out a little bit more. Right hand might catch onto the left foot or outside of the left leg. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Try flex the toes back a bit more. Find your way back through center. Take a deep breath in, both knees turn towards the sky. As you exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Stay here, or you can draw the right knee on top of the left. Maybe you extend the right leg out a little bit longer. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come back through center, draw the right knee up into the chest, extend the left leg down on the mat. Hands come around the shin, and you might stay here, or you might draw the nose in the direction of your knee. One more option if you're feeling pretty open is that you try reach your hands around to opposite elbows or around the outsides of the arms. One more breath in here. Exhale, pull the knee in a little bit more. Keep the right knee high, but transition onto your left side body. Left hand comes underneath the head, and then draw the right knee in the direction of your armpit. Slide the right hip forward so it stacks on top of the left. This turns into more of an adductor stretch, kind of the inside of the leg. And then roll yourself back through center. Left knee draws up into the chest. Hold with your hands. And then if you felt like a little bit more, draw the nose in the direction of the knee.
Stay here. If you felt like you had more in you, maybe the arms walk around, pulling the knee as close towards your chest as you can. Another deep breath in. Exhale, pull in. Keep the left knee bent. Transition onto your right side body. Right hand comes underneath the head. Try pull your left knee back towards the armpit, making sure that the left hip is forward. One more breath here. Come back through center. Land both feet behind your hips, hands by your sides. Breathe in as you push the full foot into the ground, lift the hips up. Exhale, lower yourself down to the ground. Breathe in and push. Keep the spine really long. Exhale to lower. 2 more times, breathe in. Squeeze the glutes to lengthen through the hip flexor. Exhale to lower. 1 more, breathe in. Breathe out. Grab the backs of your legs. Rock up and down your spine a couple of times. Just massaging out the back and the spine. On your next roll up, cross your feet over, plant the hands down. Step your feet back and then lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. You might pedal out your feet here, dropping one heel down and then dropping the other heel down. Push your hands through the ground to shift your hips back. And then find a moment of stillness. Soften the heels towards the ground. Make sure your knees aren't locking out too much. Bend them a little bit. Engage the shoulders and draw them away from your ears. 1 more breath in and out. Breathe in. Start to sweep the right toes high, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, roll forward, right knee taps towards the right elbow. Set the right foot outside the right hand. Lower the left knee down and then lift the chest so that the hips are stacked on the left knee. Squeeze the glutes and tuck the tailbone under here. Breathe in as you lift the left hand high. Exhale, find a side bend. So you might feel this within your left hip flexor. If you don't, keep tucking the pelvis under. Maybe you push the hips forward just a little bit. Use your next breath in and reach both of the hands towards the ground. Push your hips back, right toes lift. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Breathe in, lift the left hand high. Exhale, side bend again. Inhale, frame out the front foot, draw the toes back. Exhale to fold. Keep the right knee a little bit bent at least. 1 more time, breathe in and lift. Exhale, side bend. Breathe in, frame out the front foot. Exhale to fold. Shift your weight forward into your right leg. Both hands come on the inside of your right foot. And then tuck onto the left toes and shift your left knee back a little bit more. So this is more of a kneeling lunge position. Maybe the hips shift from side to side a bit more. Dropping a shoulder down and then you drop the other shoulder down. And then if you felt ready to drop down a little bit more, the left elbow might come down to the ground, or you might just bend the left elbow a bit more. If you're not quite there yet, maybe the right elbow comes down as well. Hug the right knee towards you so you're engaging through the leg. Letting these slow breaths help soften and ease your hips towards the ground. You might stay with your right knee hugging towards you if you felt like a little bit of a different kind of stretch. Draw the right elbow out, sorry, the right knee out a little bit more. Inner arch of the right foot peels off. And this is going to get into the external rotators of your right hip a little bit more. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale. Walk back up onto your hands. Slide the right foot back so that the left knee, so the right knee is towards the left knee. Hips back over heels, Balasana, child's pose. Breathe in as you ripple forward through the spine. As you exhale, bend the elbows lower down onto the belly. Breathe in Bhujangasana. You might be lower to the ground, or you might extend the elbows a bit more. Exhale, lift up, tuck onto the toes. Downward facing dog, shifting the hips back. Breathe in, sweep the left toes high, three-legged dog. Exhale, roll forward, left knee to left elbow. Set the left foot outside the left hand, lower the right knee down. Pick your chest up so that your hips are stacking over your right knee. Tuck the tailbone, squeeze the glutes. Breathe in, right hand lifts. Exhale, side bend. Just one more breath here. Frame out your front foot, breathe in. Exhale, lift up the left toes, shift your hips back. Breathe in, sweep the right hand high. Exhale, side bend. Breathe in, come down. Exhale, fold forward. Shift back again, breathe in last time. Exhale to open. Breathe in, come down. Exhale, shift back. Bring the weight into the left leg. Hands frame out or come onto the inside of your left foot. Start to wiggle that right knee back a little bit more. Hug the left knee towards the left shoulder. And you might stay on your hands, or as you feel comfortable, right elbow could come down to the ground. Maybe you stay here, or the left elbow comes down as well. And just for the next few breaths, keep hugging that left knee inwards. Let the neck relax, so your chin might tuck in a little bit. One more breath in this position. And you could stay here or start to peel the left knee out, lifting the inner arch of the left foot. A few more slow, intentional breaths here. And just start to walk to your hands. Sweep the left knee back. Find Balasana again. This time we stay down. You could stay with a more narrow position. If you felt like a little bit more, shift your weight forward a bit more onto your elbows. Wiggle your knees towards the edge of the mat. Maybe even a little bit wider, or as wide as you can, to find a wide-legged Balasana. And you might stay in this position, or if you wanted to find Bakasana, frog pose, just move your ankles out so they're in line with your knees. Try flex your feet here to make the joints active. And you might start a little bit further forward, and as you breathe and work your way through discomfort, you can shift your hips back a little bit more. Tuck the tailbone here, lift away from the ground. Try 4 more breaths. And then starting to slide the toes towards each other. Press through the feet to draw the knees close. Sink your hips back over your heels. And then walk yourself back. Just final posture for our practice, Ustrasana Camel. Lift yourself up. Little tuck of the tailbone here, and you might have your hands behind your hips, or if you felt comfortable, you could walk your hands down to heels. Squeeze the glutes, lift up the chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, holding. Just 2 more breaths here. And starting to unwind. Sit back on your heels. 1 breath. And that is where we will finish our practice today. I thank you so much for joining me. I know it was short but sweet. If you were curious about experiencing a little bit more hip freedom, then you can check out the video in our Patreon account down below. As always, it's a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.